What's up, guys? It's Boomoo coming at you with a different video than usual. My first YouTube collaboration with Graduated Money, P. Smith. We had an awesome conversation on how to make money, our story, some tips, mindset, and so many things. Basically, Graduated Money, his channel just reached over 1,000 subscribers in 9 months. Talking about Doordash and how you can make money by just sharing links on Doordash and making a decent living or decent side income for yourself. So we talk about not just only how we just got started in the online space, but we share you some hurdles that we went through, some struggles, and how entrepreneurship is definitely a mindset thing more than anything else, and it's the greatest learning lesson you'll ever have in your life and know more about yourself. So no further ado, here's the video. And we got the
Oh
Graduated
yeah.
Money here, so we're gonna talk
Oh
about
yeah.
that. So I was just wondering if you can share a little bit about your story about how you discovered affiliate marketing or making money online in the first place.
Mm. Yeah. So, man. Whew, okay, this go back. So, my first foray, just business in general.
Right.
Uh, I just turned 30 a couple weeks ago. So I graduated high school 2008. My sophomore year of high school, I'm sure a lot of people have similar stories about getting approached by a business opportunity.
Right. We all did.
So that started into network marketing. Um, and from there it was always like it was just the idea. My family comes from like a business background. They owned like Mexican restaurants over here in Washington, but they got rid of the restaurants before I was old enough to even understand the concept of owning the business. And so going into network marketing that young, I couldn't I didn't really understand you know the power of business ownership. It was just people not knowing how to correctly uh, recruit people, and the typical reason why most people quit, right, is the over promise of you could retire in 3 months,
Right.
and you know what I mean. It's just
The financial freedom. Yep.
it's financial freedom, right? But that was my first like, oh, what? Like you could really change your life with being a business owner. So from there, 2006 to about 2014. I had went to college, graduated, had multiple jobs, made a lot of money working for a cell phone company. And then 2014 was kind of like the culmination of like being approached numerous times every single year throughout that 12-year span.
Right.
Um, and like getting excited about an opportunity and then it dying out. And so in 2014, I graduated from college. I quit my job working at a cell phone company. I started driving for Uber and Lyft. And from 2014 until now has been that learning period, right? I
Right.
had a friend in 2014 who actually got me into the last network marketing business that I was in. And he was telling me about, I would go over to his house and he would have all these charts all over the wall, the cash flow quadrant, and he was
Kiyosaki.
break. Come on, he was he it just paper everywhere, notes, and he was like, man, we discovered this person on YouTube who's blogging and living abroad and doing the digital nomad thing.
Right.
This 2014, 2013 actually, and so he's like he lives in Thailand and it's so cheap over there that they have this whole community over there
Right.
of bootstrappers. And so, anyways, I didn't understand what he was. I was like, man, I don't want to move to Thailand. I don't want to blog, so I blocked it out of my head.
Right.
I was just like, that's cool. You guys is motivated to do that. I left the network marketing company, and like a year later, 2014, they ended up moving to Thailand. And a year later, I had been keeping up with them. I had seen that they switched from trying to do the blogging thing. They tried drop shipping, and I saw that they had stuck with Amazon FBA.
Right.
And in that year, they were in Thailand. Their first year, they did six figures in revenue on Amazon, and that's what sparked the like, wait, what's this Amazon FBA?
Right.
And so I had went to the one YouTuber that they had followed, and that literally started the entire journey, 2014 until now, of learning and just learning and learning about every opportunity that's out there, you know, um, every type of business, trying some, succeeding, being lazy, not, being scared. But yeah, anyway, that's like the story of how I got uh, to this point now. Is started with the homies
Right.
taking that leap.
Yeah, I agree with that story too, because it's funny because I got approached by network marketing company first when it came to financial freedom.
Mm.
It's funny. I worked out at a gym. I couldn't sleep one day, and I went to the gym at like 5 a.m. I never
Mm.
did that particular day. I did because like I couldn't sleep, so I was like, forget it. Like, I'll let me just work out. And so this guy was approaching to me like, "Hey, are you interested in starting your own business?" I was 18 at the time. I was like, "If I can start a business in 18, why the hell not, man?"
Mhm. Mhm.
So I was that naive kid who jumped into opportunity and got to know about like recruiting. Obviously, it's like a very high turnover ratio compared to like having a job. So I found out like if I quit, like I'm losing a business opportunity, but you have to look out for yourself. So I think that was like the switch, right? Like, what's the if you can do face to face, make money like that, what could be the possibility of making online? And so I always was one of those person who was curious about making money online on, especially like in 2008, like you just said, when there was like these little websites that you had to, where you could pay $18 or $30 where you can get a course or maybe like a
Yeah.
ebook. So I was like, man, this thing is sketchy, man. I gotta put my payment in 2008. But yeah, I knew the power of online, where it was going, and just like you did, like I heard like things like affiliate marketing to all the way to Shopify to Amazon FBA. And funny enough, I'm actually making online through an influencer who actually sells an Amazon FBA course for those who are
Mm.
interested in starting a business. So you know how
Dope.
business owners, they don't have really the time to convince like a customer one on one. They rather hire someone to do it for them.
Yeah.
So I actually make money online through doing commission, because what happens is like they'll go through our funnel, and in order to go to the next page or look at the price, they got to fill out their first name, their email, and their phone number.
Yeah.
So we will get lead generation doing that, and all we do is follow up with them on why they didn't join, what motivated to start an Amazon FBA business, and a whole 9 yards from
Hello.
there.
Hello. My bad. My mom calling. Hold on 1 second.
Oh no, you're fine. If you have to
No.
answer your mom, that's good.
No. I'm about to just text her.
Okay. Yeah, I was just
Okay. Go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say what motivated you to start affiliate marketing doing Doordash? How'd you stumble upon it?
Okay.
Right?
All
Because
right.
like you could be sharing videos like Amazon FBA or network marketing, but what motivates you to share your first YouTube video on Doordash and how that come about?
All right. So in my learning, uh, I try to follow the same path as my friends because when you know somebody that's doing it, you're like, all right, they can do it. I can do it.
Right.
So they started with blogging. I already eliminated that because I did not. I'm a writer by nature. Like I grew up writing. Um, and so I just knew I didn't want to write. So blogging was out the window. Then they said they tried drop shipping and failed. I said, I don't think I would fail. Let me look at drop shipping. So I learned everything there was about drop shipping. I was like, okay, Anton Crawley is the guy. Course is $2,500. Ain't no way in hell. So you know what I mean? So I said, okay,
They ain't taking
let me.
$2,500 from me.
No,
Right?
that's
I'm
what I'm
just,
saying. I said,
I got you.
okay, okay, nope. So that's out the way. They're doing Amazon FBA. Let me check it out. Boom. Started researching Amazon FBA. You gotta have money for pre-orders. Product. You gotta test the product. At the time, dead broke. So I'm like, okay, can't do that. So then that led me in the web of just related videos. Learn how I made $20,000 publishing ebooks. Check out how I drop ship on eBay. Like it just the web of related videos. So
Right. The algorithm.
I started with eBay drop shipping because I listened to a podcast uh, by the guy that they were following at first. His name is Johnny SD,
Hmm.
and I listened to his podcast because on his podcast he interviews location independent entrepreneurs every episode. And it's just an array of opportunities that you've never heard of. Like every episode is different. And so I came across this guy who was doing drop shipping on eBay. And the whole episode, he's like, it's $0 to start, and you don't have to buy any product. You only have to buy it after they give you the money. I was like, what?
Right. I was confused when I first heard of job shipping like that. I was like, yo,
Yeah, I was like, what? Game changer. So that's why I started.
right.
I was drop shipping products off of a major retail website. I didn't have a niche category eBay store. I had every product that I had criteria for what products I chose, but I chose everything. And it took me a week to finish I bought his course. It was $20 on Udemy. That was back in 2017. Um, Bought the course on New Year's. Finished the course in a week while I was driving for Uber. Set up my store. I was uploading product for probably 2 weeks straight. No sales. I'm like, I know this works. I'm doing something wrong.
Right.
But I was like, let me take a break. Come back to it a month later. No sales. I'm like,
Damn
all
it.
right, let me upload more product because you got to be consistent. 3 weeks uploading product. No sales. I'm like, okay, I know this works. What am I doing wrong?
Right.
So I go back through the course, and there's community. There's students that are commenting this and that. And I see a comment from a student that was like, hey, I make YouTube videos. I'm part of the course. I'm documenting my journey from this course on my YouTube channel. Go to
Interesting.
his YouTube channel, and he's like, the course is great. There's a bunch of shit that is super important that he doesn't teach that I figured out my own. Here's what you need to do to tweak how you're uploading.
Yeah, they just gave you the basics, not like the strong structure behind it, right?
Exactly, right? He gave me the tweak of what products to search for because I didn't he didn't really teach what products. He just said put everything on there. He
Right.
gave me the criteria of how to find a product. I uploaded it, went to sleep, woke up with a PayPal notification. I said, "Oh shit!" It was like a $300 transaction,
Hey,
and I was like,
that first dollar, man.
"That's what I'm saying." So, long story short, PayPal Business Mastercard. You know, eBay owns PayPal. When you sign up for a new account, they have a limit of $100 for transactions to until you ship the product.
Okay.
And so if I were to sell $1,000 in merchandise, they only give you access to that first $100 until you upload a tracking number, and then they release the rest of the funds in 14 days.
Oh wow.
And so I got caught up where I got greedy and I started uploading more expensive product. But then the transactions would come, I'd only get access to 100, and I was broke at the time, so I didn't have money to fund the orders. And
Mm.
so I
Right.
started having to cancel orders because you can't be late on your shipping, or they if it looks bad on your account.
Right.
And so that shut me down, bro. I could have fought through it when I look back at it. I could have just rearranged, started doing smaller, started saving better. But I decided to pause everything, and I never went back to it.
Right.
Um, but how I ended up, your original question was DoorDash. I just want to say that's part of the process of getting to DoorDash and affiliate marketing, right? Because then I had to pivot. Then I started learning about other things. And one of the things that Johnny FD, which is how I got to eBay dropshipping, one of his main businesses, he would do monthly income reports. And
Mm.
one of his biggest business opportunities was affiliate marketing. And then from 2017 until now, was me learning about everything, right? And at the same time, I was using Twitter as so I do music, right? I make beats and I rap. And so on Twitter, from 2016 until now, I was learning, I was playing with how to get somebody to click on something, right? Because with promoting music, nobody wants to click on a link from somebody they've never heard of. So
You.
I was organically learning the Twitter algorithm and
Mm.
how threads work.
To get your name
And
out
I
there for your music,
to
right?
exactly.
Right.
And so on Twitter, I finally figured, like I said, if I make a joke, I attach a GIF to it, and I relate this link to music. I'm using Bitly to match the link, and I rename the link according to the joke I made, and say,
Smart.
click on this link. And by doing that for a couple years, like I have went from 200,000 impressions on my Twitter account in 2016. I doubled it in 2017. In 2018, I went to 1.5 million impressions.
Wow.
And then in 2019, I had like almost 3 million impressions just from learning the algorithm, right? And I also learned that
And yeah, can you,
the threat,
before you talk,
yeah, yeah, go
can
ahead.
you summarize for those who don't know about impressions what that means?
Yeah, so impressions are just the amount of people that see your content in their timeline. So it's not necessarily how many people clicked on it, but it's how many eyes got in front of it based on the
By scrolling
timeline
through or
showing your
looking
work.
through, right?
Exactly.
Right. So you went
Um,
to 200 to almost doubling it to 3 years later or 2 years later, like almost to 3 million, you said, right?
yeah,
Wow, that's crazy.
and that's just from tweeting. And so how that happened was I found out on Threads the most engaged comment in a reply section floats to the top.
Right.
So I said, if I can find tweets that are, because in Twitter's algorithm, they'll show you the tweets that are going viral as you scroll your normal timeline, and
Right.
they're usually from people you don't follow,
Right. Because
right? And
if they
so
like something and that post is very
it's
popular, all of a sudden that shows up to you, right?
exactly right because it's just like YouTube. If other people like this from your demographic, they're going to show it to you. You're probably going to engage with it. So when I found out that most of those tweets that were going viral were like right in that process of going viral, I found if I could find something with a low amount of comments that was also getting a lot of traction, I could comment on it and not recommend it, but I could use other accounts that I may have
Right.
to get that initial boost in engagement, and my
Mm.
comment will float to the top. So that way, when people click on it and go through the thread, I'm the first one they see, and it increases my chances of them clicking on my comment. So that was for music. So my music streams were going crazy just from that, right?
Just by beating the algorithm.
Just by beating the algorithm.
Wow.
But when I started to learn about affiliate marketing, and then I thought about Twitter, I was like, oh shit, what happens if I take a free offer and like DoorDash and use that same method?
Right.
And that's how that started.
That's crazy. But and for those who don't know, like, how much would you say you made of the 3 years with the 3 million impressions with DoorDash? If you don't want to share it, that's fine too.
No, no, no. So I didn't start DoorDash until last year.
Oh, really?
It's only been a year that I so those 3 years prior, that was all for music.
Hmm.
But I never, in 2014, I made the decision I didn't want to be an artist. Uh, I I have a vision of owning like a agency or a label one day, and so all my research on Twitter for promoting my own music was to gather data so that way I could put together uh, promotion strategies for future artists that I work with.
Hmm.
So DoorDash stuff. Yeah, I started February of last year. From February, because I think I stopped uploading videos in August. So from February to August, I think I made like, shit, yeah, I probably made about $10,000 to $15,000 in credits on DoorDash.
You said 10 to 15,000, right?
Yeah,
Wow. So if we do that, like February to August, you said, right? 6 months?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. 4,000, 6 months. So that's an extra $2,000 that all you did was like put a post out there and on tweets that you already deal with your experience. And that's some people's monthly expenses that they could pay just on
That's what I'm
credits
saying. Yeah,
itself. That's
yeah.
that's incredible. But it feels like too smooth, right? It feels like it's like, oh, you've beat the algorithm, you figure it out, and you went after 6 months straight to 12K. That's what you made. But can you share with me some of your hurdles when you first did going through that transition from music to actually doing affiliate marketing with DoorDash? How was that transition? Was it like, oh, easy 2 grand every single month, or did you had to uh, do some learning lessons, or how was that process for you?
So I think the hurdles happened with learning the process in those 2 years because the first time that I tweeted with the method, because I in that every time I would tweet a music link, it would go crazy, you know, because I just figured out how to do it. So when I tweeted that first DoorDash link, the first 24 hours, I got $300 in credits. And I was like, oh my, what is going on right now?
That's
You know?
crazy.
And so I didn't struggle with the DoorDash thing because I had already perfected the process.
Right, you don't have to drive.
And
You can
so
just post something and you can make money. $300 in one
that's it.
day. Crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Food credits. Um, but what happened was I posted the video, right? Actually, I had made a couple videos before that. I think I made two videos before I made a DoorDash. I made a video about why I quit Lyft after making like, I don't know, I think it was like $100,000 or something. And then the second video was about this loan app. And then my third video was probably like 3 weeks after I had been doing the DoorDash method. And I made the video on DoorDash, how to make money on DoorDash with Twitter for free. And in that first month, I think I had like 5,000 views on a brand new channel.
Right, brand new.
And because I have all my links tracked using Bitly link tracking software where I can see where clicks are coming from. After that first video, I had saw that my tweets were getting way less more impressions than my YouTube video was.
Really?
And that's where I was like, oh, YouTube is even crazier, you know, because people are coming for that. On Twitter, people are only clicking if you entertain them, right? Because they're reading through threads and they came for the tweet that I commented for. And when they scroll down, they might not necessarily engage with mine because that's not what they came for, you know.
Right.
But on YouTube, because of how the algorithm works, people are going there for that video. And when they scroll down to your bio and they see or description, they see all your affiliate links. Like I would just see in my YouTube videos were getting 10 times the amount of impressions and clicks that my tweets were. And that's when I started to make a couple more DoorDash videos. And
Mm.
then after August, I didn't use Twitter anymore because the YouTube, like to this day, like let me check right now. So they actually shut my DoorDash account down. They what they deactivated it
Really? Damn.
because in their terms of service, they say you're only supposed to get credit for your first like 20 referrals. But they're such like even working for them, everything is outsourced. Like they don't care, you know.
Right.
And so obviously $15,000 is way more than 20 referrals. You
Yeah, so they're like, we're losing money because of P. Smith. So-
know, P. Smith facts going
graduated money is graduating all our
graduated.
outsource funds. And I screw this guy.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So now I want to get to YouTube, right? Now, what motivates you? I know your friend had like a drop shipping business, and he had a blogging in Thailand, and that pretty piqued your interest. But what was the whole idea of starting YouTube when you could go all in with Twitter or Instagram or other platforms? What attracted to you about YouTube specifically?
Like like majority of people that have an entrepreneurial spirit, I got flashy object syndrome to the max. I get excited and then see something else and get more excited. You know, I the focus is the toughest part.
Right,
And so that was really the reason was just seeing everything and wanting to do it all. YouTube I've been wanting to so first of all, I've been on YouTube since 2006. This is my first channel I ever made. I used to post poetry on it. Thinking back to the times, I was getting views like 50,000, 100,000 views, right? But
back in
back then,
2006. Back in
that's what I'm
2006.
saying. That's what I'm
Yes,
saying.
that's a lot of views
But
for
back then,
2006.
nobody knew what it was gonna be,
Right, no one had a
and
clue.
so there was not a YouTube. There's no such thing as YouTubers, like, and I just wasn't. I don't know. I just stopped uploading, you know.
Right,
But I was on YouTube. I've been on YouTube nonstop since 2006, and so it wasn't until 2014 through now, those years of understanding YouTube as a business, that I started to be like, oh shit, I gotta start a YouTube channel.
right,
Like in those years of learning all different business opportunities, YouTube was a part of that learning. Like every facet of how to make YouTube a sustainable business. And so I was like, okay, I gotta make a channel. I started with a cooking channel. Then I made a beats channel. Then I made a reaction channel. because I have a very unique way how I listen to music. I was like, oh, no brainer. And the reaction channel was the one I spent the most time on. I did a year straight. In 8 months, I think I uploaded like almost 100 videos.
Oh wow. In eight
I
months.
had 8 months, I almost uploaded 100 videos. And my most like viral video was when Kanye dropped his album, Yay.
Mm.
I was the first video uploaded on YouTube because I was able to screen record the live broadcast.
Oh yeah, because before it got pre-released, you were the first person who actually talked about that topic. Po-
Exactly. Like I
Powerful.
uploaded it probably like 15 because I just did a quick edit, uploaded about 15 minutes after the broadcast.
Mm.
And in that first like I think I slept for 8 hours after I uploaded it. I woke up and it was at like 100,000 views, and I was like,
Wow.
"Oh shit, it's taking off!" They deactivated the video,
Because of
copyright,
copyright? Right.
and that killed me. I was like, "Damn, bro, like, damn." But what happened was, in those 8 months, almost 100 videos, spending hella time editing. I only was at, well, which is not only because it's actually a lot of people, but I was at 197 subscribers. I
Wow.
was over half a million views. And I just sat there and was like,
You said 190,000 subscribers?
no, 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 no. 197.
197. Okay.
Yeah.
And how
And
long were you at that channel for? For 8 months?
yeah, 8, 9 months.
Oh, so you were consistently uploading a lot and keep on going at it and trying to find ways to beat the algorithm, but only 197.
Exactly.
Wow, that's a lot of
And
that's
so I had to just sit back and say, is this what first I said I don't feel fulfilled because first of all, I don't even listen to that much music that I was listening to.
hmm,
So that wasn't in my nature first and foremost. And so I just had to reassess. I said, is this really what I want to do? Because at the end of the day, people are only clicking to be entertained. And I don't want to be an entertainer. If I'm making videos, I want people to be able to learn and take something from the videos I make. I don't just want to make videos to entertain people because you enjoy yourself. And I had been following finance channels, people teaching how to make money for a minute. And that's what I wanted to do. But I was like, people don't care. Like, you got to be making hella money to be talking about money, you know?
right.
Um, and then I had subscribed to Graham Stephan
Oh, Graham.
when he had 40,000 subscribers.
Oh, no way. You're the OG, man.
And to see his climb, that was like, oh shit, this is real.
Right.
And so that is what inspired because I had already wanted to talk about it, but I was like, that was my mindset. Like nobody wants to hear if you don't make $1 million. And when I seen his channel and then the growth, I was like, oh fuck, yeah, you can talk about it, because you're all at different levels. So that was the ascension to graduating money and why I was like, let's do it.
Mhm. Wow, that's awesome that you share that because I actually started my YouTube channel just like yourself back in 2009, I think, or 2011. That's when I was really big into basketball. That's when
Mm.
Allen Iverson was getting towards the end of his retirement, and I was a big AI fan growing up.
Come
And
on, AI is the go, man.
the GOAT, pound for
The
pound,
go,
the
the
GOAT,
go.
the GOAT for our generation, the
That's what
GOAT for
I'm
our
saying.
generation.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I just wanted to upload mixtapes on basketball because that was hot because everyone was like just
Mm-hmm.
making mixtape videos on putting their music and actually having basketball at the same time. So it was like very entertaining to watch and listen to music at the same time. So I was like, that's a no-brainer. But just like yourself, I went through the copyright incident after
Mm-hmm.
years ago. So I was like, oh, even though I love basketball and love music, how can I make this a career? And there was no social proof back in the day on
No.
who was like a YouTube person that we should follow and a model to make it a career. And probably Fred was the only one who had 1 million subscribers, the first guy who had a
Yeah.
million subscribers during that time back in 2011, 2012. And I was contemplating on when should I start, right? Because like then like drop shipping came along and Amazon FBA come along, and I felt like I always miss my timing on what content I want to make when it comes to business or just like life in general. And there's so many people, right? Like there's the Logan Pauls, there's all these prank channels, there's pickup videos where it's so negative
Frank,
rather than
Frank
so
versus Frank.
right. And like they set up stage and stunts. I just didn't want to be one of those YouTube people, and I just felt like it was so saturated. It was like, how can I have a chance to even make a name for myself? So just like how yourself, I was looking up how to make money and happened to stumble on Graham Stephan, how he made
Oh.
it, how he made his first million at the age of 25. And I think he talked about how he reached to 30,000 subscribers after a year, how he got excited after like his first video, 2 videos, he had 9 views and 10 views, how he got super excited saying, I got 9 views, 10 views. Oh my God, this is so awesome. I think you and I went through that stage too when we first started our channel. When I first got my like first 100 views, I thought that was the biggest deal ever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was just like who gives a f, right? Like there's probably
Yeah.
people out there that want to listen to us and learn from us, or in a situation where they want to learn how to make money online or make money, but it's just that what is it? What's some vehicles that they can choose? Because there's so many vehicles. I think there's no
Yeah.
person who's like break it down step by step or telling the reality like how you and I do sometimes, where we say, hey, it requires some time, effort, make like like people online market or these gurus trying to make making money online so easy, but they don't
Yeah.
tell you the effort and structure that you have to put in. So I'm glad that you share that because I think that's a very realistic thing that people should know and have in their back of the mind. Because at the end of the day, it's a business that they're
Yeah.
starting, not a job. So I think that's very powerful. What we have to share, the reality rather than the dream, because it's definitely putting a bad name on people and putting a bad name on the internet on what the potential could be, um, which I think there's still a lot of room to grow. TikTok just came out like 5 years ago originally, and it just blowing up 2 years ago. And I think that's a big platform that people should pay attention. But I was just wondering your opinion about TikTok. I think it's like Twitter 2.0, even though it's
Yeah.
uh, actually
It's
a evolution of Vine. But I
yeah.
just
It's
wanted to
Vine on steroids.
right.
Okay. This is fun because you're making me think of so Vine. Okay. Got my first dosage of what going viral means on Vine. Uh, damn, it's like what 2011, 2012, 2013, some one of those years. Um, I was at work and my homie had came and we just did a video to one of the songs that was popular at the time, and the shit got over 1 million views on Vine, and then we stopped. You know, we did like 3 skits and then we stopped.
We made
Flat.
it. We made it.
We made it. You know, but we just wasn't. We didn't do the skit, so that's when I also seen the Vine stars and they transferred to YouTube. You
Right.
know, the
Logan
Lizas,
Paul and all
Logans.
those Jake Paul, King Batch, all these guys who were just
Yeah, Batch,
Viners,
all of them.
all of them just became like
Exactly.
millionaires overnight almost by just
Yeah,
transitioning to YouTube after Vine
exactly.
shut down.
exactly. And so like I'm not gonna give all the credit to Graham because it was hundreds of people before that I studied.
Right,
But
100%.
he was the one that made me realize it don't matter what level of money you're at. You could talk about it. But TikTok. So when I seen Vine and then Vine crashed, and then I saw the launch pad for these YouTubers, I was like, I told my homie that I made the video where I said, "Damn, bro, we missed the wave. We missed the Vine wave to get the traction and start the
Right,
YouTube." So we always, we talk about it, and then so TikTok, musically, nobody was on that because it was all kids lip syncing
right,
of our generation. But then TikTok, with what's happened the last 2 years, and now me understanding traffic, algorithms, analytics, reach, uh, I'm like, okay, this is serious, you know. And so what's dope is seeing the evolution of TikTok in the type of content that people are posting. And being that I have a music background, it is the perfect pairing of being able to use copyrighted music and to be able to use video, different niches of content. Um, and then the discoverability. Yeah, like you, I think people should focus heavy on producing content strictly for TikTok
right.
because it's the only platform that I've noticed uh, where followers transfer to other platforms in
Yeah,
high
especially
numbers.
TikTok on Instagram, I feel like more than
That's what I'm
anything.
saying. That cross, that never that doesn't happen from YouTube. It doesn't happen from Instagram. Like it doesn't happen on Twitter or Facebook. But followers from TikTok transfer to everywhere else like I've never seen before.
Hmm. So,
And yeah, go ahead.
yeah, so I think that's a good wave, right? Because that's actually where people who are no namers
Yeah,
actually put their name out there. And I just want to go back how you talk about music and content for those to clarify for people that people who are musicians, they can actually put their own music on the TikTok platform. So the good thing
yeah,
about that is if they get a content creator, they can actually pay a content creator, or actually if it's a good friend, they could just post it, and if it goes viral, their music actually gets viral as well. So it's a great piece of content that people can do, not just only music wise, but connect. And I think TikTok is such an early stage, like you talk about algorithm, that people are just like trying to follow, look at more content, and for some reason it's just like so transferable, like you just said. I think it's um because like how you right by the follow icon, you can link up your Instagram, you can also link up your YouTube channel. And I
yeah.
think not other really platforms really do that, right? All you do is put a link in your description of your bio or the
True,
swipe up
true.
feature. I think TikTok is like one of those platforms is like just in the early stage where anyone can grow at the same time, get so many connections to it. But I want to ask you, right? Like, and we'll end this as we ask this question. Obviously,
Yeah,
just want to make sure I respect your time as well. Is that a lot of people have this expectations of making money, and I know not a lot of people are going to actually start their own TikTok or do anything like that because the human motivation, I mean, it's an emotional decision. I mean, it dies out, dies in. But for those who are self-driven and want to make that content, speaking your adventure of going through entrepreneurship and trying to make money, um, I guess the thing is like, how do you know when to not give up and give up a set of opportunities and move forward, and how to not lose sight? Because like it could be very discouraging at times, and how what the internet says, like it's saturated, or who would even listen to me, who would even buy this product, like so many limiting beliefs. What keeps you
yeah.
motivating uh to still go at the digital space or entrepreneurship in general?
So I got two sayings that I repeat to myself multiple times a week. Everything always works out, and you only get what you work for. if I had to say what the most important asset to you as a business is in your pursuit of climbing whatever ranks of, whatever goals you see yourself accomplishing, I would say your investment in your mental fortitude, your understanding of the human brain, your understanding of the ego, of past trauma, of behaviors and the roots of those behaviors. Um, I think that far exceeds any training that you could do in learning how to handle money, because money's not going to change anything about you, other than the things that you can afford. And so, as far as motivation, man, I struggle with it myself. Like, I haven't uploaded a video in 9 months, you know, and it is a process of focus. Um, and you got to know that those times are going to happen. And in those 9 months of me not uploading videos, I went from 200 subscribers to I'm about to hit 1,400
Right, your
without
growth was
uploading.
crazy.
And so I'm like, damn, this is what I wanted. I wanted to hit 1,000 subscribers so bad, and then I stopped uploading. But then I hit 1,000, and I still haven't uploaded.
Crazy.
And am I going to kill the channel? Absolutely not. But I haven't quit in my mind, because I'm like, all right, I know that this is what I want to do. I'm going through that human time where it's like, I was unmotivated for a minute, figured out my life, got a new job after not working a job for 6 years. So those are all human things that are going to happen. But I think what's helped me not lose hope and not have limiting beliefs is the learning I did to not have those. It's an unlearning process. The reason people think that things are saturated is fear. Everything is fear based.
Right.
People are afraid. They're afraid to fail. They're afraid to not live up to their word. So they'd rather not even try, so they don't have to live with that disappointment. And so I think once you understand that it's okay, like the most successful people that you look up to have 1,000 failures behind them. But that mentality of no matter what's going to happen, everything's going to be cool. And you only get what you work for. Everything that you attain is a result of the effort that you put in. You know, um, and you have 100% control of both of those things.
Mhm.
Um,
Powerful. Yeah, I totally agree with you, man. It's sometimes it's a really a mindset, the business itself. It's
mhm.
I think most people get confused that it's all about the cars, it's all about the money, it's all about this.
Yeah,
But like you said, money doesn't change. You're gonna make 8 grand and you're gonna
yeah.
blow that money and you're never gonna see that
Quick.
again really quick if you never made that money because you don't have that mindset of making that type of money or trying to reinvest that money. People don't look at it as a
Yeah.
business. They think it as more like a short term. Um, I forgot what I was gonna say. It was like saying that it was oh yeah, there's a person, Manny Koshman, a famous entrepreneur who does real estate. He's like he does he said what most people do is they would spend the principal, not focus on the cash flow, when they should
Mm.
be actually just reinvesting the cash flow and because you're gonna be broke like
Yeah, to grow that margin.
yeah, because you gotta be willing to sacrifice a couple months being broke in order to
Yeah.
build that revenue so you can have enough cash flow to pay yourself. People look at it as such a short-term version, but I think that's one of the things that I had to learn is like understand that cash flow and you have to really build up your cash flow and be okay not paying yourself for such a long time. And not a lot of people are willing to do that in the first
No.
place.
They
And
care about the profit.
right,
Hmm.
they care about the short-term vision, not about the long-term vision. I think that has to do with marketing too, right? What people put on their ads or what they share on the course or share on the YouTube videos, right? But I think what hasn't stopped me or kept me from doing what I want to do, which is making money online or making a decent income is because probably the delusional confidence that you have to have.
Mm.
You gotta not
Yes.
yeah you gotta brainwash yourself almost saying, hey, I
Yes.
know I can make it. I know I can do it. Like being okay when you're down, you gotta be saying, you know what? There's people making money out of this. How come I cannot? Right? Like you gotta have that confidence. You gotta have that, like you said, keep on learning. Like unlearn, learn, unlearn, learn, and just try to find the right vehicle that you have and try to master your own process of doing things, right? And I
Mm.
think that's what people lack of being self-driven and trying to find something that they can invent their own selves. I'm not saying try to reinvent the wheel, but perfect the wheel is what I like to say. Perfect your own way of creating that wheel so you can actually live the life that you want.
Mm.
So, to very, and there's some days like I feel overwhelmed, right? I'm like, oh my God, I'm not making enough money. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm circling around. I feel like I'm doing a lot, but not actually progressing. I want to
Yeah.
tell people that when you feel overwhelmed or feel like you're stuck or like feel like your mind is all over the place, to celebrate because
Yeah.
that means your mind is actually going away from your comfort zone. You're going outside your comfort zone,
Mm.
and it's something that you should celebrate and try to figure out, because if you know how to solve that problem or try to fix it, you're going to go hit new boundaries and hit new different beliefs, right? Just like how you and I probably I think you read, have you read Rich Dad Poor Dad?
Yeah.
Right, so how people say I can't afford it, to all of a sudden how can I find a way to afford that is where
Mm-hmm.
the biggest mindset will be. And mindset is like, I'll say 80% of the battle. It's nothing
Yeah.
else.
Yeah. Exactly.
Knowledge, learning, being consistent, persistent, all with your mind. It doesn't have to be like what wealth you came from. I mean, there's movies about people from homelessness to all the way becoming rich, based off of true stories. So it's really a mindset and what kind of effort you're willing to put in. And I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, I've been in sales positions. Like people always get amazed about the top reps, even though they probably sell the same product.
Yeah.
They have the same process. They have the same price sheets, same managers. All they do is really complicating it and just like looking at things that they accomplish rather than like you talk about the failures, right? Um, I can tell you I failed so many times. I even had some nights that I cried. My parents were even like saying like, "Don't you want to go grad school?" Every single year, no matter how good I'm doing or no matter how much I progress, they always say, "Have you ever thought about going grad school?"
Yeah.
So I think it's not because they hate you or anything. It's because they want to rather you be safe than rather you be the best or crash. They want you just be safe. And I think,
Yeah.
and that's a big lesson that I learned too from David Moltzer. He said, just because someone loves you doesn't mean they'll give you great advice.
Mm. Woo! Bars.
So always, because he was a lawyer who was going to sell copy online during the 90s.
Mm.
And it was either be a lawyer or sell electronic ebooks in the
Mm.
90s. So he went to his mom, who his mom was a second grade teacher.
Mm.
So he was like to his advisor
Mm.
saying, "Hey mom,
Mm.
what should I do?" And she was like, "You know what, David? You should be a real lawyer. This internet thing is a fad." Because it's understandable, because in the 90s, who
Yeah.
had proof that they were making money in the internet?
Yeah.
So it just really interesting how this internet thing is working and how many so many misconceptions, so many negativity that surrounded you. It's definitely a mental game more than anything. And I think
Mm.
entrepreneurship is the true finesse and true workout, because like it's all about mental fitness more than anything is what I believe.
That's 100% it, man. The people, even though people love you, they give you great advice.
Yeah,
Because they,
so
they have so much influence.
right. So I just want to do a little game. It's just like first comes first. So basically I'll throw you a word or throw a question, and you tell me the first word that comes in mind.
Yeah.
So I'll just start like so. Example, I'll be like, um, it'd be like something like making money online. I would just sum that with one word.
Hard as shit.
or your biggest lesson that you learned?
Keep learning.
Um, your failures.
Lack of focus on one thing. You
Um,
know, and that kind of goes with biggest lesson. I'll tie those together
hmm,
just so I got more clarity for anybody listening. I've realized, and this is a Warren Buffett strategy that I have failed to implement, but somebody reminded me of it earlier when I was like, okay, drill that into your life. The exercise is you write 25 of your top goals. After you write the 25, you circle the top three. Then you circle the one that is most imperative to get done. And then you focus on that one
hmm.
until you check it off the list. You don't look at anything else. You don't try anything else. You focus on that one. And as soon as you're able to check it off, you go to the next
Is that from Peter Boog, 6 Months to Six Figures?
one. No, that's Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
And so that lack of focus kills everything because you can't give 20% here, 20% here, 15% here. It's never going to get to 100%. You know what I mean? And so um, I would say, yeah, my personal lessons is being able to drive that focus and intensity on hitting those attainable goals,
Hmm.
within a relevant time frame.
Beautiful. The future for your YouTube channel.
100,000 subscribers next year,
100,000 subscribers. Nice.
minimum.
Um, your your 10-year plan.
10-year plan is to be happy, to help people change their mindset, and to create opportunity. I said because, in all honesty, and I'm sure you could do the same, when you think about the last 5 years of your life, and then the 5 years prior to that, what you thought those 5 years were going to be like, it's no comparison to what you thought they were going to be. So when people like ask legitimately, like, what are you trying to do in 5 years? I don't know where I'm gonna be in 5 years, man. I have no clue. It's impossible. Nobody follows a plan for that long.
Hmm.
Even businesses that have projections don't follow those projections, you know? So I'm all about being here in the present, shorting, setting those 6 month goals, maybe a year, but 6 months max because it's like that is what you have really the ability to focus on for a long period of time, you know? And understanding that just like social media, you have a short attention span. It's the same with business, especially YouTube. Like your mind is already set up to jump. So controlling that focus in a short amount of time, I feel like you'll get way more accomplished than trying to think
Hmm.
um, so far down the road on what you can do.
Well, I thank you so much, Graduated Money, for showing up. I know we probably won't change the world with this one video, but I know definitely
Yeah,
there's a lot of people that watch this video who could definitely take these learning lessons and actually pass this down to the next person, not just the mindset, but what actually they can expect when it comes to making money online. So I want to thank you for your time and really
yeah,
appreciate you, man.
appreciate you, man. Man, you a dope cat, bro. I'm excited for what we're gonna build. Um, and yeah, we should definitely tap in a lot more and just put some more videos together because I think we can both help each other for sure.
For sure. And we definitely want people to do the same and help each other grow because um, there's never lack of
You can't do it
resources.
alone, man.
Yeah, it's never lack of resources. It's never because it's saturated. It's because people don't make the right move and focus, like we talked about. So
Exactly.
let's do it, man.
Yes, sir. Much love, man. Enjoy your day.
You too. Have a good one.
I hope you guys liked that video, guys. I want to put P. Smith's link down in the description below. You can check out his video. If you guys want to follow me on social media, it's BooMooJKim on Instagram at BooMooJKim. If you like a video like this, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.